Hello, welcome to Two Dudes and a Gal. Just two dudes chilling with a gal, talking about topics that are just not spoken about enough here in society. My name is Quentin. With me always is Bonolo S and Thando NNB. Today's topic is sex education in South Africa effective? Before we even jump into it, guys, how are you?
Okay.
We're okay, this heat. I love summer, so this heat is just making me so happy.
Now me.
What's happening in your life, B?
Oh my word. Please, I should just stay single. Because I've been single and trying to mingle. This mingling is just going... You know, I never wanted to believe stigmas about light-skinned men having toxic masculinity. But I think after...
Why do you assume that they are speaking about you?
No, I'm not assuming, but then look.
I'm giving you eye
Look.
And
It's becoming.
Because me and him have already had this conversation yesterday, and he saw the toxicity himself.
But then why do you assume that the light skin that is being spoken about is you?
No, I'm not.
Because first of all, you're not that light skin to begin with.
My friend, you are my complexion.
Yeah, the summer is gone with your complexion.
Yes. So, guys, I'm currently in a talking stage with the person who told me that I have not been with a man that was man enough.
Why?
And, this was so unrelated to what we were talking about. But I think because our topic is sex education, I can actually say it, right? He suggested something about me giving him head, right? And I was like... You know, you are very confident because not a lot of guys will just allow their piece near my mouth. I think I have many contraptions in my mouth. If you love your sacred place, you won't just go and put that in my mouth. What if I scrape you? You know, I also don't recommend it.
I wouldn't want to be that nigga.
Don't suggest it. I also don't recommend you putting your piece in my mouth, right? He then says, no, the only reason you think that is because you haven't been with a man that's man enough, like I am. Hi, Bonja. Bonja. Hey. Man enough. Man enough, because I can't. Every red flag that I had in my head about this guy being pretty and light-skinned, it just... As soon as he said that, it just went ring, ging, 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 ging. I was like, "Wey, ngayibona iseza."
But I mean,
Ngayibona iseza. So, you know what? I made myself a promise that, you know, Valentine's Day, I'm gonna have Valentine's Day with my girls. We're gonna be single. We're gonna enjoy it.
We're gonna see.
Hopefully, guys, we also air an episode before Valentine's so that I can let you know. Because I know
she said this, but then did this.
Yeah.
No.
So, you know, I told myself that I'm going to have a Galentine's. I'm going to enjoy it. Me and my girls are going to buy each other gifts, you know. It's just going to be like actual genuine love and appreciation towards each other, right? I think I fumbled when I thought, okay, maybe I won't have to spend Valentine's with the girls. And I thought this guy was an option. He's not. Let's not do it. Let's not do such. Let us stick to the plan.
In the case, Thando, how are you, man?
Wow.
You okay?
I know she said a lot, but then all is good. We're cruising. It's nice.
It's nice over here. Nice. So nothing interesting happening. What's happening in the love department?
We're not doing that right now. You can see that on 15th February. That's that.
You're speaking like you love a Valentine's.
15 February.
What's happening on 15 February?
Then we can start a relationship after Valentine.
Hi, bro!
Hey! I confirm the relationship on the But in any case...
So what's happening in the love department today?
Hey, guys, I'm married, guys. You know, I'm married.
Oh, yeah, no, he really is. Hey. Oh, my God! I can't wait to see what he has planned for Valentine's.
No, I have nothing planned.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Champions League, guys.
That's a guy in Tonton.
Yeah.
You guys are having a Galentine's?
No, not a Galentine's. I don't know what that is.
Football.
But
it's football.
Yeah, the Champions League will be coming back in February.
You see?
We won't be with any women
So your wife?
No, she understands. She understands. We'll be watching football.
There's always that match, man, on the 14th February.
Yeah, man. You know.
Epic.
In fact, PSG and Bayern, I think, will be playing.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So
You can't miss that.
I can't wait for the music that's coming out in Feb. I don't know what is coming out, but I know what. Last year we had Hours and Hours by Bonolo.
yeah.
And I can't wait to hear this year what's the anthem, what's the love
For the
anthem.
life of me, I cannot remember what came out last year in Valentine.
It was Hours and Hours. Everybody just kept on saying, yours, mine, ours. And I got my heart broken Valentine, so I just got pissed
Oh
off.
shit.
The only song we'll be crying to is the Champions League song. In any case.
Also, Sondela came out. Sondela came out on the 14th of February.
Which Sondela?
Sondela, my baby.
The Ricky X Sondela.
It came out on the 14th.
Anyway, guys, let's get to it, man. Today's topic is sex education in South Africa effective? I mean, what do I mean by this? Yes, we have sex education in school, but is sex education taught at home effective? Is it effective? Let's talk about it. What do you guys think? From your opinion, without even diving into it.
I think nothing is effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both think that.
Nothing is effective at home.
Especially with African parents.
Yeah, especially with black parents. It's an issue.
Oh God, black parents, God, it's taboo to speak about sex. What are you doing speaking about sex with the child?
So shameful.
Are you just inviting? Are you opening the door for them to now go have it?
You see?
So it's shameful. Don't do like if you don't speak about it, then it won't happen. Is what they think.
Yeah, but I mean, it needs to be spoken about, especially among black parents. I think it's a real issue.
It really is.
It's 100% a real issue that this isn't spoken about enough in society as a whole.
It's a pandemic on its own.
I mean, did you guys know what you were getting yourself into? Not just physically, but also mentally.
No.
Of course, no. We had no basics.
Bonolo's having flashbacks right now.
No, little basics kesadi bonda. You know, when you hear of sex and you hear about sex and the first thought is, okay, so there's just a lot of exchanging of fluids. This is the first time you're hearing of sex. It's in class. Okay, exchanging fluids with this person. I don't think I want to do that. And then you start, obviously as you grow, as a female, I know I watched a lot of rom-coms and I read a lot of books on Wattpad. My girls who are listening, if you've ever been on Wattpad, then you know what I'm talking about. You know, there's always that story that will narrate the perfect evening that this girl gave her virginity to the person that she loved. So in my head, I had this fantasy. And when I didn't get this fantasy, I went into utter shock. I went into utter shock and discomfort. Also because me and the person, we both did not know what we were doing.
Yeah, it would have been better if your parents laid it out to you. I mean, parents need to talk, not just... When the sex ed that we know about is the sex ed taught in school. And use contraceptives, the types of contraceptives they tell us about.
Yeah, don't use the pull-out method. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the pull-out.
You need to protect yourself from the diseases. The pull-out method.
Before we go anywhere else, I mean, yes, it's not safe in terms of catching a disease or an STI, but if you're both clean, if performed correctly, it is effective.
Now, the problem about the pull-out method is that there's a thing called pre-cum.
Exactly.
So what happens? Now you have a pre-cum baby.
Leads to a premature baby. But anyway, that's not... But anyway.
There's a lot of dangers to the pull-out method because you could have thought, pull out. Hey, pre-cum, come.
But in any case, guys, I mean, in order for South African parents to educate their children about sex education, their thinking of sex education is going to be, what can I say, detrimental to how the child's perspective is also going to be,
Yeah.
To put it in this way, if the parent is conscious about sex in a way that you have to be aware how are you going to feel mentally, especially if you're a girl. they need to tell their children this. With the guys, it might be different, but with the girls, the parents have to be conscious.
That they do, I agree completely. Because I don't know if it's just me or from the things I've seen, or if this thing is a scientific thing, I won't know. Bill Nye, the science guy, is Quentin out of all of us, so it's definitely not me. But there's a certain level of attachment to the person that you've given yourself to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you become attached to this person and you just think that this person is your world and more, and they just supposed to be with you forever.
He's the one.
He's the one.
He's the one.
You know? You think, and lo and behold, you tolerate a whole lot of things that you're not supposed to tolerate at a young age.
Because you're not taught these things.
You're not. You're not taught, you know what? If you want, you can turn to that.
Yeah.
Because immediately you went to the certain type of sex where you guys are now exchanging fluids and potentially touching each other's souls.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. With
Connecting in a way.
Yeah. This is what I mean. If the parents are much more conscious about it and they talk to their kids, they prevent that.
They do. But it's a tricky situation, man. For something that's been treated as taboo for the longest of times, how do we now untaboo it?
From era to era, generation to generation.
How do we untaboo it? Because, I mean, if they didn't get the talk themselves. So as a Gen Z, the day I have children, I'm now going to have this uncomfortable conversation. I didn't have a talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to now find it somewhere in my body to find the strength to sit my little girl or little boy down and be like, hey, my nigga.
This is how it is.
This is what it is.
But I mean, for us to stop this cycle that's been happening, generation to generation, it needs to start with us. There has to be a change.
They does. Like, I won't lie to you. We have done things that you were like, maybe I should not have done that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have enough information, or because you were going off of what you were hearing your friends were doing. You're basically learning from the streets and the little knowledge that you have been given from school. So you're now taking that and you're running with it. Very dangerous in my experience. Very, very dangerous.
This is why I'm saying it needs to be much more effective. Sex education needs to be much more effective with black parents.
We do. First of all, we need to, in the black household, we need to be comfortable with the idea of sexuality alone.
Yeah.
We need to find ourselves comfortable with the idea of sexuality alone.
Yeah.
The moment you have a child, you need to come to terms with the possibility of them not being heterosexual.
Yeah.
And you need to be okay with that.
And with black parents, it's been an issue.
Please.
But I mean, parents have to, before we can even speak about what they have to say to their kids sex ed-wise, they have to understand sexuality, as you say, not just being straight or whatever.
They need to understand sexuality.
Yeah.
What it actually means. And they need to learn how to be open-minded and willing to learn. They need to be willing to learn, because it's a simple thing as pronouns. You need to be able to adjust if your child tells you that they have different pronouns from the ones that you know them for. You need to be able to learn how to use these pronouns so that they're comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just the part of understanding, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the hard work.
Yeah, this is them just trying to understand.
The acceptance too.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. I mean, accepting that your child is gay is difficult.
Is it?
Yeah. For me now, because I've actually went through the hard work of trying to understand these people. So for me, it's easy now. For me, now it's easier. Back then, if I was asked, hey man, how would you feel if you were to have a child that is gay? I'm sending that motherfucker away. Yeah, I'm kicking him out. But for now, I understand that you feel the way you feel. You feel the way you feel inside, and you want to express it, and that's totally fine. You know, it doesn't change how I feel about you. It's okay. But now this guy, Thando doesn't feel the same.
Me?
You don't feel the same.
You don't feel the same.
About gays?
Yeah.
Gays are gays. Oh, what can I say now?
No, but we were talking about it.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
We were talking about it, and
And
you're not thinking this.
No.
Your child comes home and he's like, "Hey, yo, pops, man, I like dudes." What is your initial reaction?
I don't think at a tender age he would entertain this. At 14, I'm like, still, man, what do you know about gays?
Easy. So something like that.
Problem number one. This leads to a whole lot of confusion to the boy. Now he feels like he needs to conform to a certain norm.
Yeah, but then how we are raised, like the way Khudiswa Ngateng on ourselves, gives you something to say, okay, I can speak with that guy, I can't speak with this person. Like in the family environment, the household environment. So just to say I'm gay, knowing you have some type of a certain father.
Yeah, in a black family, yeah. I think this is why most gay sons are neglected. It's difficult for them to come out. Mm-hmm. How many gay people do you know that have come out easily? At a tender age. Even if they came out at a tender age, it takes time for them to say, you know what, I have a good relationship with my parents.
In the hood.
Yeah,
in the hood.
One. Yeah, one.
How many gays are in the hood?
I can say I know one, or like one that I know by name and their story and whatever. But with him, everybody just knew from a tender age.
Is this the same guy we know now? Is this the same guy we're talking about?
No.
Are we thinking of the same person?
Yeah, we're thinking of the same person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't thinking of him, but okay.
Who else do you know?
Of?
Unless you know someone that...
I know someone who came out when he was 19. So he started as straight.
Yeah. So and that is some weird shit.
That was weird for us, dude. Like, we used to hang out.
That is
like,
some weird shit.
You see, and then, just like that.
Yeah, that is some weird shit.
You see.
Like we chilled with him for a good... Maybe... Okay.
18 years.
No, I wouldn't say 18. We knew that he was there, but I can say the period that we were actually hanging out a lot was like 2 years.
For you, but then okay.
Okay, for me.
Yeah.
For me, it was like 2 years, 3 years. And remember, this time, 2 years, 3 years, that time, he would always talk about Storo.
Girls,
and
all
then,
there.
And then all of a sudden, I'm hearing, hey, mana, Diamond Jean.
Wait, guys, he did not disclose this himself.
Nothing.
No. Okay.
But you have to say.
one of us, but then, okay.
He came out to one person.
And then he came out flaming too. Like, you don't support me, and then the other one is like, support you with what? Like, dude, I'm gay. Since when? You see?
The one is the brother. The one is the brother. So with him telling the brother, like, Emna, Joan.
Like, what happened?
What's going on, bro?
But in any case, we were on the topic on how many people do you know that came out easily?
Well, he came out easily.
And that one that I can say has been fully accepted into their family, because I think in their family they noticed from a young age the manner in which he was behaving. So just from that, they could see his mannerisms at a very young age and what he leaned towards. They didn't confine him to saying, have a girlfriend, or when are you going to have a girlfriend, or whatever. They've just allowed him to grow into himself. And I must say, he's grown very beautifully into himself. And I think he's very successful in like life as general, navigating life in general, because when life kicks him, he comes home. Yeah. And he knows that he can come home to his parents, to his grandmother, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's a thing. You need a structure of some sort. You need to,
starts with the parents.
Yeah. They didn't make him feel like God is now going to reject him. So when he's going through tough times, he can't run to God. No, he prays. He goes back to family. It's a thing.
Yeah, this is also out to anybody who's going to be listening, whether you're a parent or not, or you're an upcoming parent or whatever. You have to, yeah, you have kids having kids, but it's a different topic. It's a different.
Different chat for another day.
Yeah, it's a chat for another day. But in any case, we have to accept that whether you wanted a son or you wanted a daughter or whatever, and whatever the outcome, you need to accept that they might feel a different gender than they are, and you have to accept. And this is just sex ed. It's still part of it.
And it doesn't mean that you need to understand why they feel this way.
Why they feel this way might be complicated to you.
Dude, there might not be a scientific explanation for it. There might not be any logic behind it. But if this is how this person is feeling, and it's a vehement feeling that they're having, then you need to just accept it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So once you get around the concept of their sexuality and having a child comfortable enough to come out to you and be like, hey, mom, hey, dad, I'm attracted to males or I'm attracted to females, then as a parent, I think it will be easier to navigate the kind of sex talk that you have with your child, depending on their sexuality and how they feel. Then you know what you need to inform yourself of, so that you can now inform them. I think for a parent who has a straight child, it's relatively simple, because then the experiences they went through, you then advise your child so that they don't make the same mistakes that you made because you did not get a talk.
So you're saying a parent that has a straight child, for that parent to give the sex talk, it's easier for that parent than it is for a parent that has a gay or a lesbian child.
Yeah, as a straight parent, and I say have a gay son, and God forbid I'm a single mom, there's no male in the house. I need to go educate myself on that, because you can't speak on something you don't know. I can't speak on rumors that I've heard, but I need to understand exactly what is gay sex or what is sex.
That would be a conversation. Imagine.
Now I'm thinking, I'm like,
imagine if you could ask a gay person, Emina, listen, I need advice.
Oh gosh.
That would be a conversation.
I think getting it from the horse's mouth is even better, rather than reading something off of the internet. Being educated by a person who's actually living this experience, so that I can educate somebody who's going to live this experience, is even better, because I can always say, hey, is it okay if my son every once in a while feels the need to get any advice? Is it okay for them to speak to you like that? Then I can tell my son that, if anything that I said is not coherent or is not making any sense to you, your uncle said you can give him a call and he'll explain it better to you, because I guess you guys will understand each other better. Yeah. So you, as a straight parent with a child that does not conform to the same gender norms that you do, please, you need to educate yourself so you're not speaking on things that you do not know. For a heterosexual, it's relatively simple. They just need to explain to them.
Okay, then.
Yeah, but it's a thing, guys. You need to educate yourself. And once you're also educated, then you can explain it better to somebody else. First of all, you need to tell them the truth.
I feel like kids need to know that, though. Not kids in particular, but...
People that are bound to start having sex.
teens.
Like age appropriate. Yeah, we can't exactly speak when we started having, but I think we can all agree at the age. The age, not your age, not your age, because because we will be asking too many questions. Yeah, we'll be asking too many questions. But we can, I think, 16.
16. With males?
Yeah, no,
14.
16. No,
14,
let's just...
14 for me, with males.
No, let's just say 16. Let's not... let's not put it based on personal experiences.
Okay,
but
okay.
Let's just say 16.
Okay.
16 is the age. It's age appropriate.
Yeah. You know what? It's not a good idea to start having sex at that age, but you're a bit more aware and you want to start exploring things, so it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning teenage sexual
intercourse. And we need to get that out of we need to get that in the air. Like, we're not saying at the age of 16, this is where
you start having sex. No.
We are saying as parents, this is the age.
Start having that talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I think as a parent, you know your child well enough to know that she's giggling with the phone, or she's coming in at a later time.
Routine, Sundays. Push up Sundays are for lovers.
So
personal experiences, you see now.
No, we don't do Sundays are for lovers.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Speak for myself, yes. I'm speaking for myself. I'm single.
Sundays are for lovers.
I don't know. I've never do like.
Even when I was in a relationship, I did not do Sundays are for lovers.
Okay, Sundays are for lovers.
Back to the concept. Back to the conversation. We are out of context.
We are attacking my life because I've never had a Sundays are for lovers.
In any case, yeah.
Yeah. I see call up otherwise. Yeah,
But
let's move.
in any case,
Yes, once you start seeing a routine, then you know, okay, maybe it's time I start having this chat. First question you need to ask if your child has never come out open to you, hey man, are you, like, what sexual identity do you go for? You know, how do you identify? So you know, you can't just assume you give a heterosexual sexual talk to a child who's now feeling a certain type of way, to either males or females. So once you understand that, then it's easier for you to, oh, okay. No, I see. You like guys, okay. Oh, okay, no, you're straight, okay. You like that. Let's see how this goes. Then I guess the next time, now your child feels more comfortable because
whenever they think they want to do something, they can come to
they
them.
can easily be like, yo man, I'm going on a date with my girlfriend. And then you're like, oh, okay, no. Before you leave, just come see me in the office so we can have a little conversation.
Yeah.
And this is when you have the sex talk and the right talk depending on what sexuality they identify with.
And now, what's also important, I guess, you have to look at, if you're a parent, you have to look at yourself, what kind of talk you got as a parent, and then also look at type of experiences that you have with sex. I mean, you can't give advice about something that you don't know about, you know. So from a perspective, you have to just give advice on what you wish you could have changed.
Yeah, what you wish you would have known. I think for me, I would have told my daughter, wait. It is going to be so worth it when you wait. Wait till you have grown into yourself and you feel comfortable and you understand the emotions.
We're talking about penetrative sex here.
Yeah.
Not the types of sex that you can
No,
do.
not the different types of sex you can practice.
Oh.
With that, she can delve into
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
different kinds of sexes that she wants to. Feel out what she likes, what she doesn't like. But when it comes to the penetrative stuff, exchanging fluids with a whole other human being, it's okay to wait. And if he's not comfortable waiting with you, can move on.
Yeah, because you could have the best sex of your life with just orals and yourself too, as Bonolo says.
Can you go back to the acceptance part as a parent, the different identity in London? Am I wrong to say, as a father, speaking as a father?
Yeah,
as a father. Am I wrong to say, okay, I get that you gay, but then I have what can I say? I have a request.
Yeah.
No, I have a request. I want an heir. Am I correct?
Yeah, you want a son.
Yeah, to continue the bloodline. Am I wrong to say that? Not minding.
When you say that, you must have a solution to what you're saying. Because your son can easily say, so how am I supposed to do that? Are you expecting me to have penetration?
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about this.
I said I wouldn't mind. Speaking as a father, though,
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind, like, using the other system, like the hospital system.
Yeah, but
To get there. Yeah, you
But I
get
mean-
it, most. So am I wrong to say
Catch
that?
your drift. No. I guess as long as you've, from start, you've been okay with your son being this, I think then they'll also understand. I think at some point that if they're in such a loving relationship, they're also going to want to have a child of their own.
Yeah, but then imagine that when now they are adopting, now it becomes a different...
Continuing someone else's legacy
you
instead
see-
of the family's legacy.
You see now, like, my bloodline ends with you now, and then you expect me to feel...
To accept what you are, because now,
I'm not going to say too much on that one because there's a lot going on
yeah,
there.
there is.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. But you guys get me right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get you. But as long as they are aware of the channels that they can follow to have a child of their own.
Yeah, those things are expensive, guys.
Yeah, they are. So as a father, when you're asking of this, you must have equipped your child to have that
And
much money.
his request isn't going to change, or rather, the other partner. I get it. You have two gay people. The other one, the one that's not involved in this, the other one. How is he going to feel?
Exactly. Now, it becomes a situation, building another situation for him.
No, I think if you're having this chat with your son, so say they just told you, I'm gay. And obviously you need time to come to terms with it, right? As a person, you're like, oh, okay. No, I see. It's marinated now, your son is gay, and you can see he's dating around and so on and so on. Then you call him in and you're like, listen, I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, my nigga, or if you're planning to get married in the future or not, but I would like an A to carry out my family name. Then him getting into a relationship, they will be getting into a relationship with this knowledge. They'll be aware. It's not something you're throwing on them now that they're married and they're living comfortably. Oh, that's wrong. You can't do that. These people are married now. What if he's gotten into a relationship with a person who doesn't want children? Doesn't even want to think of the possibility of having children. Hence, you could have prevented that by planting that little seed of saying, hey man, a child would be nice. You know, then they are aware that, okay, now here's another thing that I need to look for in a partner. A person who's willing to have this child with me, raise it with me, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, this is actually good intel. For someone that is in this situation, you never know. There are a lot in South Africa. So for someone that might find themselves in this situation, it's actually good intel.
Parents just need to be more open and accepting, but that's a chat for another day. That's a completely different chat. But we need to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. How you speak with your children is a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, man. You need to tell your child of all these different types of sexes. And please don't make it sound crude and disgusting. Oh, come on, guys. Just tell them, it's okay. If you feel like you want to touch yourself, it's fine.
Because do you think there's a parent out there that even speaks about masturbation?
They could be.
There could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are could be.
No.
There are parents who are fixing
The country.
There are parents who are fixing their parents' mistakes with doing it right with their children. Yeah, their parents were like, okay, so my mom didn't do 1, 2, 3 with me, and I wish that they had did it. So let me not deprive myself of the opportunity to do it with my child. Also, I don't want my child to grow up with the feeling of, oh, I wish my mom had done this, or I wish my mom had told me about such and such. So then automatically they do these things with their child.
100%.
So I think there is a parent who's explaining the different types of sex to their children and not making it sound crude or not saying this is an invitation for you to do it. I just want you to be informed. If you do decide to do it, you need to be safe. You need to know what you're doing.
Because us having this conversation is going to prompt a lot of people to first judge and not listen to us.
Yeah, because the first thing is it's okay. So now
you're saying our kids must go out there
and have sex.
There's a gateway.
It's not what we say.
I truly believe that with enough knowledge of what is happening and the different types of sexes a person can have, and the consequences of having sex. Penetrative or otherwise, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if any other sexes have consequences. So
the talk is really important.
Yeah, it really is.
Because if you know the consequences of having sex and you know what goes into having sex, then you think more carefully about it. Would we be having kids? Because like I just said with myself, I don't have a child, thank God. But
Okay.
I could have waited, man.
Yeah.
I could have waited till an age where I felt, okay, I understand a bit more.
Yeah.
Instead of going into it blindfolded and not knowing what's happening.
Yeah, this is us trying to emphasize why the sex ed is important. Educate your kids about the types of sexes that are out there in the world, Even if you don't know them as a parent, educate yourself.
Educate yourself as well. You'd never know what you might like, Mzali. You'll never know. You'll be doing research for a talking like, how? We're Babs Banyo.
And you also feel like impregnating like 12-year-old, 10-year-olds now, like So you gotta ask yourself at this point: is the law doing what the law is saying at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, there are people that can manipulate a child to have sex.
Exactly, and a 10-year-old.
This thing of males saying, "Oh man, you're so mature for your age." Don't fall for that trap. You're so mature for your age. Abut?
Malume.
Slow down, Malume, please. Because I think we all know there's that one person that we know. We all grew up calling him Malume, umalume.
It changed from Dumelang to hello.
And then how malume? What's a baby girl? How malume? Since from when does malume kappa me? Now malume can see he's not getting an entrance through Bonolo because I consistently have called him malume. Even now, I still refer to him as malume, and yet he is dating. So it's a simple thing of now. Malume, we've grown up in front of Malume's eyes. We've seen Malume all the time. One day, Malume will now, hello, baby girl, ayibo. Tingi kape, now we've got to get taxi. Tingi bambeli bag, Malume. Now you'll find that for some individuals, it's difficult. Go to Malume amngene. Because now she's still calling him Malume, even though she's at a grown age. And then you find those that are not as difficult. Now malume will be like, hey, kulile man, hey, you fit. Now malume is not malume mtutuzi anymore. Now it's mtutuzi.
Hence I said it changed from Dumelang
hello,
to hello.
Baby girl. Hello, sweetheart. Malume. You know? So I truly believe by informing your children of the consequences of sex, then you understand, do I really want to because I think one thing that people need to understand about sex is that you are being vulnerable. You are literally so vulnerable in that moment.
Yeah, do you really want to just share it with?
Do you really just want to share your vulnerability with somebody else? Like, just blah,
yeah.
Now, are you sure that you want to give your vulnerability to Malume, who you're not even sure if you love him or you're doing it because Malume will give you something in return? Do you know?
That's another topic, eh?
That's another
I feel like kids aren't disciplined enough to...
Exactly.
To be aware that, do I want to share this with Malume? But also, because they don't understand how precious sex is. It's not just sex, as the song says. Sex is...
I think for them, because as parents, we need to understand that sex is not just for reproducing and whatever. It is for pleasure. That's why we are emphasizing you have to teach your children about the forms of sex out there. If they are interested in pleasure, then they have to know the types
of sex
that are out there, so that they can stay away from penetrative sex and the consequences of it.
Just to be orange.
Yeah.
The biggest chat that you could ever give a girl child is that you're not there to please him. You're also supposed to have a good time as well. Enjoy yourself. And if you're not enjoying yourself, don't go there again. Yeah. If you're like, okay, you don't like this. Okay, no, I don't like how this felt. Okay. Let's try something else. I also don't like how that felt. Maybe I don't enjoy penetrative sex. You know? Maybe you don't enjoy penetrative sex. Maybe you enjoy pleasuring yourself. Maybe you enjoy other forms of sex. Oral. You know? Then because you've been educated on the different types of sex, you don't think, oh God, now it's the end of the world, I must go see a sex therapist. No.
I can't satisfy my partner. He wants penetrative sex. I mean, you have to also educate your partner. Remember, listen, we don't have to rush to there, but I will still be able to satisfy you.
It's because I've recently heard of something called a low pelvic floor. And apparently that makes sex painful for the female. So, you know, how do you solve something like a low pelvic floor? Is there a procedure to solve it? Are there exercises that you do to make your pelvic floor higher than what it is? What if there isn't? Is it the end of the world for that female? They can't get any form of pleasure? Or are there ways of having sex that is not detrimental to their health, where now they're feeling pain instead of pleasure? It's supposed to be pleasurable. It's supposed to enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be consensual.
So let's not forget about the consensual part of it.
And Malume mustn't think now because Malume said, it doesn't mean I knew what I was saying. You as an adult are now manipulating a child. And by having these conversations with our children,
we're going to prevent all of this.
No. Why would I want to give my vulnerability to Malume? No, I'm waiting for
It's charming.
Yeah.
You know? Or Princess. Charming.
Yeah, but as parents, put yourself in a parent's shoe now. Point of view.
Okay.
You're a parent. What would you say to your child? Start with you, Thando.
With me.
Yeah, what would you say to your child? Listen, we're not saying you don't have a child, obviously, right now. What are you going to say?
Exactly.
So, I said...
Put yourself... I think the actual question should be, what would you have liked your father giving you advice on, wisdom on, guided you on, taught you on? That you would like to teach your child. I know you never thought about this.
I never thought about this.
Yeah, but now...
Have you ever had a moment where you sat and you're like, I wish my dad had told me that about this?
Yeah.
Obviously not, but then, okay. Well, I never thought about this, to be honest.
Yeah, but then now you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it and I'm blank. And I'm thinking about this niggas words right now. Like, now I'm blank.
What do you wish that you could have done differently? Problem is, boys are once the practicalness in this. He really thinks... He can't imagine his father saying the words to him.
You see? I just can't. I just can't.
Okay, I see. I think for me...
I know. Not my father. Not my father. My father was a beast.
Anaga, condom. So.
Until...
Yeah, but I mean, these are the parents that we have to be in the future.
Yeah, that's what you would say to your child.
Yeah.
So pull out the thing, but you must always be considerate of the fact that, Pega mfana.
Mshisomnandi baba, uzolimala.
Zolimala. Imnandi tiye, wakilo yuta rooibos hapula ina ho bata ka ntle hore monate. You know how many jwang. One mistake wa ere too fast.
And besides, mistakes do happen.
They do.
They do happen. Yeah. So we have to remember, like Rebatu. At the end of the day, we're human.
Yeah.
We gotta make mistakes.
Yeah, but I mean, to prevent this mistakes thing, because we are playing in Perfumelos Abantu, you know? This is a child. You're playing.
Human being on earth. What is it? Did you think about this properly?
Yeah.
When you decided that, okay, babe, we're not going to use a condom anymore, was she aware that there's different kinds of contraceptives that she can go on? Does she know that they're not 100% foolproof? Does she know how to maintain it? Does she know the after effects of the contraceptive on her? You
see how much work is penetrative sex. This is why we are emphasizing other forms. As a guy.
Just ask yourself also how come I don't have a pill to go on? I mean, I don't want to go around leaving my seeds everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a good question to ask yourself as a male. How can I protect myself?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are also human. We can't lie and say that there's no malicious girls out there who tell you they're on the pill when they're not.
Hey,
it's a thing.
Then you give in, not knowing.
You see, now you're paying child support.
So
by the government.
Should be doing better things, man.
As a parent.
You know what, ne? As I grow older, I don't know why you're smiling, Chief.
I'm drinking what?
But as a parent, for me, I also wish that I knew the forms of sex before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wish. It's before I started penetrative sex. Because right now, I enjoy other forms of sex more than I do with penetrative. No, really.
That's a lovely view. That's a refreshing view from a guy. That's
what I'm saying. Like, you can have the best sex of your life, and it's not penetrative. It's other forms. So I personally wish I could have done this, and someone could have told me earlier, because now I had to learn it someone. You learn wanna go pay, man.
Yeah,
it's not an effective way. It's not an effective way.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, experience is the best teacher. But I wish someone would have told me, hey, man, listen, don't stress yourself with. You can just focus on these types of things and what's about it.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's a few key things. I wish I had known that there's other. So as far as I had known, until I started doing research of my own, the contraceptive that I knew of was the injection.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could take it orally. I didn't know there was patches. I didn't know that there was an...
There is?
Yeah, there is. I didn't know that there's different.
I don't trust patches though.
Yeah.
Yeah, patches are sketchy. How are you putting it and then it's No, but how are you, like, scientifically speaking? I don't understand.
I don't know. What if you put the patch on the wrong place on your abdomen? What if you put it on the
I
wrong?
don't know about the patch thing.
So your skin, acne, your taste buds, I heard one lady say that it alters your sense of smell for females, because apparently females' sense of smells determines who they're attracted to. So you might start being attracted to a completely different type of male because your sense of smell has been altered. Yeah, there's that. I wish I knew that. I wish somebody had said to me, it's okay to wait, baby girl. You can try dabble here and there, but you don't have to dive in head first there. And understand, if you're feeling like this, it probably means this is happening. And it's fine for you to feel these feelings. Like, feel it through, Don't let somebody coerce you into doing it, like, no, it'll make us stronger. There's relationships.
Yeah.
Because there's so many acts of intimacy.
That make the relationship stronger.
Sex is not necessarily, it doesn't equal intimacy.
Yeah. That is actually a very there's also a very interesting topic.
It is.
Intimacy and sex.
It really is. You can really go in, and there's different ways of pleasuring yourself. There's different ways of, I think because people want to dive head first into the sex, you miss the experience of love completely, because you're thinking, because I did not have sex with this person, our love won't be as strong. I don't feel in sync with this person. It doesn't mean that, I wish somebody had said to me, wait for that dream fantasy that you have in your head. Wait for it. Somebody is bound to make it come true, I wish somebody had told me that as a female, I don't have to conform to what this guy wants, because if I've dabbled with other forms of sex, then I know what I like and what I don't like.
Yeah.
So then I can say, hey, I don't like it when you do this. I like this. I like this. Then you know what you're getting yourself into, and you're both being pleasured. I wish somebody had told me that it's not about satisfying him. You're also supposed to be satisfied. I think once I understood all of these things, then did I now, I was like, whoa, kind of thing. So, yeah, those are the things I'd tell my daughter. Those are the information. That's the information I would equip my child with.
Yeah.
Okay, Bona, you need to know what you like, what you don't like. This is a two-man tango. You tango together. It's not a hymn party. It's not a hair party.
Yeah.
It's a ass party.
What did you mean by saying it's refreshing to hear this from a guy's perspective?
I mean, guys run away from the fact that they enjoy other forms of sex. For guys, it's a thing of penetrative sex is masculine and it proves that I'm a man. If you like getting head, if you like touching yourself, that's also okay. Just don't make a habit out of it.
Yeah.
They're addicted now.
Then you must go see someone. Then you must go see someone. But to say that you're not solely dependent on penetrative sex, it means you're not just going around putting your thing in any hole that you see. You got exclusive dick.
Man.
You got exclusive dick is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
So it's refreshing. You always hear females say, oh, guys, I bought a toy and it's like the best thing ever. Like, I'm feeling things I've never felt before, Now I know how to navigate my body and how I want to be touched. I think it's good that a guy must also say that, no, actually, I don't like women on top. I like reverse cowgirl. Or, I don't like missionary. I actually like it when you're on top.
Communication is always key.
It's okay.
But in any case, it's also important for parents to educate their male kids. As you hear Bonolo saying, it's refreshing to hear a male speak about that he enjoys other forms of sex other than penetrative sex. I think that if the guy doesn't get the talk, it's going to make him listen to society as Bonolo says, penetrative sex is masculine. It'll make you feel like, yeah, you're a true man. It's really not the way to look at it. They have to be educated, and for them to see it in a different way, for them to experience other forms, never mind just self-pleasuring, but other forms of sex with someone else.
Yes, with someone else, and how to listen to that someone else, because you must always remember, it's not a you party, it's an us party, This is how you see who caught the sex talk, who didn't. When I say to you, harder.
No.
I did not.
Now we are moving out of context.
That's attack. That's an attack.
It's not an attack. It's really not an attack. But this is where This is where you see that a person does not understand. When I'm saying harder, I mean, hey, you just did something. Do that again.
More effort.
Like, just do that again. Just like more. I'm not saying increase your tempo.
Just say put more effort to that thing.
Encourage. I'm giving you encouragement.
That thing.
You see, you went. Now I want you to go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Not Janung.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So educate yourself on these different types of things. By having this chat with the male and letting them know that it's okay for them to like something, to not like something, to explore, dibble and dabble here and there, then it allows them, it opens their minds. Now they're like, okay, so if I don't like this and I like that, what is a woman feeling like? And so then they actually want to understand the point of view from the person that they are doing this activity with. Exactly. This is where you understand the point that I just made. I'm not going to repeat.
No, I understand you. The another thing is with males, I think with penetrative sex, especially if it's your first time, you won't know when you're coming. You just experience the feeling.
Trust me, you won't.
Yeah. So this is why it's important for other forms of sex. Do you see why now I say, when I say other forms of sex, for you to prevent this unplanned pregnancy, kids having kids thing as a parent, you need to speak to your male child and say, Lemina, listen, there are other forms of sex, and you practicing these will give you much more experience, the experience that you need. When you're coming, the feeling of it, so that you know when to pull out, how to do this. It'll really
give you the foundation, give you the basics.
And man, I think we covered everything.
I think we did. This was a great talk, man. I hope any future parents out there, I hope to other Gen Zs, when they get to the age where they will be parents, then they can give an effective talk, and they know that it's not taboo to speak about it. And you're not necessarily planting a seed, they were already thinking about it.
100%. You're just giving valuable advice,
You're just like, now they were here, let me tell you something.
Anyway, guys, there you have it. Two dudes and a gal. Thank you to Bonolo S. I'm Quentin, and with Thando NNV. Thank you.